Good day, everyone. This is Sridhar from Immigration Consulting. I'm a registered Canadian immigration consultant based out of Mumbai, India. And in this video, I'm going to talk about Form IMM5707 or IMM5645, both of which are family information form. So, what does the guide say about this form? Let's quickly see. It says which form needs to be completed. If you check this section in the application for student study permit guide, then you'll see that you need to complete, they have written that you need to complete the family information form. Both are family information form, IMM5645, 5707. One of them listed in the application package for your country or territory. Once you create your online account, you create your GC key, then you answer the questionnaire, you do get an access to a checklist which is very specific to your case. So that checklist automatically determines whether it has to give you a 5645 or an IMM 5707 based on the answers that you have given and the visa that you're applying for. In most cases, I've seen a 5645, IMM 5645 come through. That does not mean that I've never seen a 5707 come through. So whatever the checklist gives you, you have to go with that as the as the rule of thumb. You have to use that. Okay. So let's quickly jump into the form itself, and we'll see what is the form. How does the form look like? What does the instruction say? What you need to fill out, and things like that. Right. So what is the first thing that you always do when you look at a form is read at the instructions given here, because they form the crux of what you're supposed to do in case you get stuck, right? So they are saying complete all names in English and in your native language. For example, Arabic, Cyrillic, Chinese commercial, telegraphic code, Korean, Japanese characters, etc. Include all family members, even if they are not accompanying you. Language. So how would I do this? What I tell my clients to do is have one, fill out this form in English as it is. Make a copy of it, an exact copy of what you have filled in English, and then take a printout of that, and with a bracket, after your name, fill out your name in your native language. That is, if you know your native language. If you don't know your native language, if you don't know to read and write in your native language, then you just leave a note for the officer that you don't know that language, you don't know how to read or write, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Type or print in blank ink. That is the second instruction they have given. Do not use any other ink color. If they have given you an instruction, please follow that. Now, what comes here, right? They are saying the applicant. So if you are the applicant, write your name, your full name as per your passport. If your name has Sunny John Vincent, and Vincent is given as the last name on your passport, and Sunny John is given as the first name on your passport, then all the three names would come here. Married, marital status. While everything else is self-explanatory, I get a lot of questions about married physically present and married not physically present. So the answer to that is given in the guide. They are saying if you are married and you were physically present at the marriage, choose married physically present. If you are married and you were not physically present at the marriage, choose married not physically present. Right? So what does this mean? It means that in some cases, Canada does allow online marriages, and that too only for people from their army. If and the rest of the marriages where the spouse, the groom and the bride were not physically there, are generally not recognized. So you got to choose. If in most cases it's married physically present because both the parties are generally present. Okay, your date of birth, country of birth as per your passport. Of course, you would know where you were born, but I'm just saying, as per your passport. Present address. Give your present address, complete address, including the apartment number, including the building name, city, town, country, and in the country that you are staying in, your present occupation. Do not just type lead. If you're working as a lead in some company, let's say an IT lead, and your designation in the company is only lead, do not just write lead, because the officer would know lead is a very broad term. It could be for everything. Assistant manager, it could be for everything. So you would want to say assistant manager, bracket, designation, whatever, IT project management or IT information technology, at so and so company. Right? That will give the complete picture. Now, coming to your spouse, almost everything is the same. Now, one thing, okay, so the spouse, everything is the same. Exactly the name, as it appears on the passport. Needless to say again, repeat the same thing. If the spouse was, again, if you both got married and you were both at that venue, in that case, the spouse's case also, it will be married, physically present. Date of birth, country of birth, again, address, wherever the spouse's address, present occupation, if employed, again, employed at, as a dash, or the designation at so and so company. Would they be accompanying you? If you're filling out a spousal for a spousal open work permit, then yes. If you're not filling out for a spousal open work permit, then will accompany you to Canada? No, right? It depends on what your situation is. In case in case of, if the spouse is deceased, is no more, then you have to give the city, town, country, and date. Where they passed away, the city, town, country, and the date they passed away. Similarly, for mother, name, marital status. In this case, it's not physically present or something. They just say married, or widowed, or whatever is the case. So the name, marital status, date of birth, country of birth, present occupation, and the address where they're staying, and will accompany you to Canada? No. Under this visa category, for now, no, right? So the answer is no. Father, again, the same thing. Full name as per passport, marital status, date of birth, country, present address, present occupation, will accompany, no. In their case, in the parents' case, if any of them has passed away, again, you have to give the if they are deceased, you have to give them the city, town, country, and date. Now, one final thing: if they are unemployed, or if the spouse has just been a homemaker, then you would let the officer know accordingly. Then you see a note 1 here. If it says, if no spouse or common law is listed in section A, sign below, right? So if you're not married, if you have said you're single, or if you're just saying you're divorced, and things like that, right? Then you need to sign below. You have to sign below stating that you do not have a spouse or a common law partner, and date it. Now, coming to this children section, again, exactly the same information will come here, just like the information that we have given. And in case you have no children, then you sign at note 2, right? Your children under 22 years of age generally can accompany you in your study permit application, and you may want to apply for their study permit as well when you're applying for your study visa. Now, section C, once you have answered these questions properly, you just need to certify that all the information that you have given is true to the best of your knowledge, and you need to sign, and you do that by signing and dating the form. So this is how you fill a 5707. Now I'll quickly take you over to the 5645 form, which is very similar in nature. As I told you, you again read the instructions. It's almost similar, the instruction. You choose the type of application. Is it a student? Is it a visitor? Is it a worker? In this case, since we are doing student forms, I would click on one student. Exactly the same questions asked: your marital status, your country of birth, your date of birth, your present address, present occupation. In case of your spouse, it's the same set of questions followed by whether they will accompany you or not, right? Same for your mother, same for your father. So pretty much the same form. And again, note one, if you have not listed a common law partner or a spouse, you need to sign and date there. Again, with children, exactly the same what we saw in 5707. If no children, you sign and date here. The only difference that I see is the brothers and sisters. In form 5645, you have to fill the details of all your biological siblings and adopted siblings. So it clearly says include all your brothers and sisters, all half brothers and sisters, and step brothers and sisters. Again, the same set of information. Their name as per their passport. Got to include the right names in all these columns, because tomorrow when they apply for their visa, maybe this information about them would already be there in the system. So you may want to give the right, may want to take your time to collect the right information and send it out to IRCC. So the name, their marital status, their relationship to you. What is their relationship? Are they your stepbrother? Are they brother, sister, adopted brother? Whatever is the relationship you mentioned there. Date of birth, their country of birth, their present address, their occupation, and will they accompany you or not? Obviously, in this case, no. Okay, and you mention all their names, and in case so once all that is mentioned, you just go ahead and certify that all the information that you have signed is true, or what you have entered is true to the best of your knowledge. That's what this is all about, right? Signature and date. That's how you end your 5645 form. So 5707 or 5645 almost has the same requirement, and I hope I have helped you to some extent to decode this particular form. Good day, and see you in the next video. Thank you.